Yeah, wow, that's amazing. They got that embalming fluid on you already? That's good. That's great.
Not only is it on me, but I drink it every morning. There's an embalming fluid cocktail. Pours right through my veins, gives me a healthy, it's a healthy glow. Oh, absolutely, it keeps me, oh yes. Yeah. If you drink embalming fluid, you're gonna be safe. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, the Cowboys come back, Bryson DeChambeau wins the Open, and Anthony Davis sinks the Nuggets. But we begin today with Seattle holding off New England on the last play of the game last night, tackling Cam Newton behind the line of scrimmage as he attempted to run it in from the 1-yard line and win the game. This was a great game. Cam Newton threw for almost 400 yards and ran for 2 touchdowns. Russell Wilson threw for 5 touchdowns and now has 9 in 2 games. Wilbon, which quarterback impressed you more?
Remind me again who won the game and remind me who got tackled at the 1. It's a great game. And Cam Newton played great, all right? And he's the second guess himself because he might have seen some film. If he'd gotten outside of that little traffic down near the goal line, he might have scored what would have been the game-winning points. But it's Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is the MVP at this point, Tony. Either he or Rodgers, one of them. I mean, Russell Wilson, this is what he seems to do all the time. And so it's impossible not to be impressed, even when in his addresses to his team and when he talks during public interviews. He seems in command of he's in that sweet spot of his career, I think.
So this is interesting to me because if I take the letter of the question, which quarterback impressed you more, the reason I would say it's Cam Newton and not Russell Wilson, who's a great quarterback, is that I knew Russell Wilson could do this because he's been doing this for a while. Russell Wilson's career numbers, 88, 44, and 1. He's been to the Super Bowl twice. I think he's a victim of geography. I think people don't really know what he does. I think Cam Newton impressed me more because he's on a new team with new players and new coaches, and we didn't know how it would go. He's willing, apparently, to do anything that the coaches want, and he's healthy. I didn't know that he could gun it down the field. Now I know he can gun it down the field, and he scored 2 touchdowns running. So to me, Mike, he was more impressive. No knock on Russell Wilson. I just hadn't seen it from Cam Newton.
Really? How the hell did they get to 15-1 in his Super Bowl season if you didn't see it? How did he win a national championship at Auburn, beating SEC?
8 years ago.
Seen it
9 years ago.
For 10 years. For 10 years, you've seen Cam Newton be great and then wear crazy hats in the postgame. Huh?
No, not lately. He hasn't been great lately, so that's why, to me, he was just more impressive yesterday. Russell Wilson is a tremendous quarterback.
Yes, he's a great quarterback. Who's your MVP after 2 games? We can be silly and ask that question.
I don't really have an MVP
Why
after
not?
2
You're
games.
supposed to.
It's a little early.
Huh?
No, a little early.
All right, let's talk about something else that's too early to get into. We're going to do it anyway. How about them Cowboys, who somehow escaped starting this season a deathly 0-2? Spinning onside kick that the Falcons watched and the Cowboys pounced on after it went 10 yards. Tony, you here to praise the Cowboys comeback or bury the sorry Falcons?
Well, you could easily do either one. That's no problem. I'm going to praise the Cowboys because of that kick. Because that kick just spun around and inched forward like a turtle. I have never seen a kick that good in that circumstance. And the Falcons, maybe they thought they were playing baseball and this was a bunt and they were waiting for it to go foul because I have no idea what they were doing. I'm sure you're going to bury the Falcons.
Yeah.
Be my guest.
Yeah, I'm not going to praise the Cowboys for being 15 down with 5 minutes to play. They can do that on other shows, and there are plenty of other shows on this network where they praise the Cowboys. I'm not here for that. The Atlanta Falcons, what the hell are you doing? When you're 12 years old, you understand in Pop Warner football that kick is a free kick. Every kick off after a score is free. That means you better recover it or your opponent can't. I don't want to hear how great a spinning kick it was. You saw it getting close to 10 yards. You better jump your behind on it. Otherwise, the Cowboys get the ball back. This was, I mean, Tony, I hate to say it because I don't want to just attack every coach, but there's so much bad coaching in the NFL. What were these guys doing during the week of practice, the Falcons? They didn't go over any special teams elements. They didn't go over fundamentals. Hey, fellas, if it's a line, you got to jump on a kick when it gets to 8, 9, 10 yards if you see some momentum. That play cost them the game, in addition to all kinds of other stupid junk they did.
So I'm going to give you just a couple of statistics that I think are relevant. In the history of the NFL, the record for teams who have scored 39 points and had no turnovers, as Atlanta did,
is worthless.
Is 440-0.
So what is it for teams that have scored 61 points? What is the score for that?
Except we have seen Atlanta choke before in the Super Bowl when they had an insurmountable lead. And one other thing, Dan Quinn, now 14-20 in the last 2+ years. He's a defensive coach, Mike. 953 yards and 78 points in 2 games. It's awful. We move now to the U.S. Open, where only one man was under par yesterday, and only one man was under par for the entire tournament, and he is the same man, the muscular physics major Bryson DeChambeau. He won the Open going away. He dominated it. Wilbon, now that DeChambeau has won a major, do you think we will see other players